Tracery here with Picture Me Living, and I have a special guest, Miss Crystal.
Hello, hello.
So I met Crystal off Twitter. Very vibrant personality. And I give all my guests an icebreaker, the first time at least. Hopefully you'll be back again. But you got to answer the question real fast.
Okay.
Give me your top 5 Twitter accounts in 10 seconds.
Oh, man. I'm horrible at remembering people's names. So I'm going to say, this is a shameless plug, but CEO Hayes. And, my gosh.
I put you on the spot with
Man,
this one.
I was like, I don't even remember people's handles. I barely remember mine. The guy that makes the list of things men can't do.
I looked at that list one day.
Yeah, that's a good one. Who else is always giving me some laughs? Cleo Elise.
You gave me 2 accounts that I haven't seen.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay. And then I'm a sports girl, so
okay.
For me, there's a couple sports pages that I look at. B Scoop is one, and then I feel like I should know at least one more.
I put you on the spot.
Man, that was a good one. I'm like, dang, I thought she was gonna ask me like what flavor wings I like or something.
But that's a good one. What flavor wings you like?
So you know what? I've been on a sweet chili kick.
You
lately.
know what? Me too.
Lately, like they've just kind of done what needs to be done.
Yes. It just hit me out of nowhere.
Yeah, because I was like a hot with lemon pepper sprinkles girl.
Yes. Ranch dressing.
Yes,
ranch or blue cheese?
ranch. Absolutely
okay,
ranch.
We friends.
Ranch. I don't necessarily have to have all flats, but I do enjoy all flats.
Oh, you done got bougie.
But because of here.
Yes.
Before that, like I used to love drums, and so yeah. So now I got a little bougie with the flats. I'm like, oh, okay, I like it.
That sweet chili sauce did just hit me out of nowhere.
Yes.
So Kale's Kitchen, one of my favorite restaurants. I found out about it at Blue Flame Lounge. Real ghetto, but the food is immaculate, right? And one day they was out of my typical hot flavor or whatever. I'm like, well, what y'all got? They're like, we got this Asian flavor. I'm like, okay, let me try it out. And that's what they call it there, is Asian
flavor.
But and so it's an actual Kale's Kitchen location downtown Atlanta also.
Oh.
And so I seen it on Uber Eats, and I'm like, you know what, let me get the Asian wings. And then I started seeing the sweet chili sauce and the Thai, and I'm like, okay, you know what?
Yep.
It got me in the
doing
chokehold.
something. Yeah, it's doing something for me.
So
I really
do you
enjoy
dip
it.
those in ranch?
I dip all my wings in ranch,
Me
no
too.
matter what flavor
Yeah.
they are. Yep, I'll dip. Yeah, unless it's just
I have a
straight
problem
fried.
with that, yeah.
But I'm a sauce girl. I like
Okay.
sauces, so I think that's my thing. When people eat dry wings, I'm like, really? Like, how you eat? But yeah, so Atlanta kind of got me on the wing train because I don't feel like I ate wings as
So
much.
where are you from originally?
I'm from LA
And
originally.
why did you decide Atlanta?
So, many moons ago, 10 years ago, it was cheaper to live here. So,
Yeah.
not so much anymore, but it was
Yeah.
cheaper to live here. And, I was born and raised in Cali. So, for me, if I didn't leave then, I was never going to leave. Because it was like, for what? And so now, because even now when people say, oh, where you from? I'm all from California. Like, why'd you leave? People be like, dang, make me feel bad for leaving. But I'm like, do you understand how much it costs to live? That's
I
the
love
issue.
the mountains and the beach.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I see why people ask that, but at the same time, I can't afford
Correct.
the mountains and
the beach. Right.
So
Right. That's the issue there. Other than that, I love home. I would go back home in a minute if I'm financially able and can have the same lifestyle I have here in LA. I would move back home.
you ain't gonna get no good wings out there though.
You know what though? So here's the thing. So my uncle actually, him and his dad used to own this place called Wings and Things, and so they're from Buffalo originally, and so they had Wings and Things out off Western Avenue. It's closed now, but they were open for over 20 years. So I've been eating wings, because of them. But the lemon pepper thing started here.
Yeah,
that was definitely an Atlanta thing. Cause I was like, lemon pepper.
So what part of LA?
South Central.
Okay.
South Central. Yeah, I'm from South Central.
Very cultured spot of LA.
Yeah.
You left that, came to another cultural area.
Correct. But it's just all, it's all black people here versus back home. It's, it's a mix of cultures. Whereas here, it was just like, I had never, when I first got here, I was just amazed going into like a doctor's office and all the doctors are black.
Everything you need is black. Your doctor gonna be black.
Yeah.
Your surgeon gonna be black.
Yep.
Realtor.
Yep.
Everything.
Yeah, everything.
Tech.
Yes, everything. So that was cool. That's what's cool about Atlanta for me, because I was not used to that.
Like, you gotta go out your way to find a white realtor.
Correct.
You gotta really go out your way.
Correct, because I know 4 of them that are all black women realtors that are here. So like, just knowing and actually personally knowing them. So yeah, that's cool. That was what was or what's been cool to me about Atlanta, the difference. But I miss the beach.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A lot.
That's all Atlanta's missing.
Yeah.
Is a beach.
A beach and a little bit more diversity in terms of food would be nice.
You think so?
Yeah. Because there's certain stuff I can't get here.
Like what?
So like Thai barbecue is a thing back home, and like we don't have no Thai. Like there's Thai restaurants, but Thai barbecue is kind of more specific.
Okay.
And so they have, more of that. Definitely the Mexican food. I mean, I'm Mexican food bougie, so I get it. My standard is very high.
Okay. I've heard that from some Californians. It's like, I want actual street tacos. I don't want, the corporate, Americanized Mexican food.
Yeah, but you can find some little places here and there, some little spots, especially recently. Like, when I first moved here, it was like, no. But people would direct me to the Mexican on Old Nat, and that wasn't quite...
that was just a part.
That was a part. I was like, that wasn't quite the scene I was looking for.
They was directing you to the party.
They were like, oh, you go to the Mexican. I was like, oh, Nat? And I'm like, oh, no. Yeah.
You got to go somewhere like...
Buford.
Where they at? Yeah.
Buford is Buford Highway is they got some
more of a dense quality of Mexican. That's where it's at.
That's the difference for sure.
So, travel podcasts. I want to pick your brain because I see you just went to Houston. How was it?
Hot.
Really?
It was so hot. Okay. It was so hot, but I had a great time. I actually like that Houston kind of, to me, or at least the places that I went, it seems like I feel like people dress a little more. It's not half naked, and I was surprised because it was 102 degrees. They dress more half naked here, for sure. Houston, to me, I didn't get.
You know why though? They have dress codes.
Okay, that's true.
They have dress codes. Even at the turkey leg hut, they're like,
correct,
you gotta dress up,
correct,
like you going to church.
You're right. So people, dress a little differently.
Because I got turned around at a spot in Houston before.
Oh, really?
They were like, I had on some shorts with the rips in them. And they're like, yeah, that's not appropriate. I'm like, it's a club. Like, what do you mean? Like, it's a club. And the shorts were they were like Bermuda shorts. So they were knee length. And they was like, nah, you. And we went back and forth. They're like, okay, but next time you can't wear that. You have to dress more appropriate.
Oh, okay.
And it's, not even a club, but like a sports bar.
Oh.
Yeah, so it wasn't like a nightclub. It was like, let's just go get some wings. And
right.
Chit chat.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's why probably everyone was like...
That makes sense. Yeah, it was hot out there. The places that they had were really cool. And I just feel like when you're not from somewhere, like, you take, like, for example, you take someone to Sweet Lounge out here and, like, they'll be like, oh, it was a good time. But, you're so used to going there yourself that you're like, it's cool. So maybe it's because it was new. Everything was new.
It was fresh to you.
Yeah, but I will say, like, so, they always talk about the ratio of women to men here is, like 9 women to every 1 man that's here versus Houston is definitely a mix. It's definitely more.
I would say that.
Yeah, it's definitely more men than there are here. So that's cool, if you out there for that. But Houston's a vibe though. I mean, I like the city. It's a cool city.
So where have you traveled to?
Oof. I have. Man, last year was a good travel year. I went to Jamaica twice. I went to Montego Bay and then Negril. Negril was I love Negril. It was so cool. Went to Vegas, of course, but that's like from Cali, Vegas is like
nothing to you.
Yeah,
But it's an event for us.
Yeah. For us, I'd be like, okay, it's, we went to Vegas for every holiday.
Okay,
so, but went to Vegas. Let's see, went to Jamaica, went to Mexico twice, or 3 times, twice, 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
Once with my mom, we went to Puerto Vallarta. Then I went to Tulum.
That might be my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cheaper.
Correct.
More authentic.
Correct.
Food, in my opinion.
Correct.
And I get that it's Mexico, and people are like, "What do you mean more authentic food?" But when you go to Cancun and Cabo, it's Americanized.
Yes.
So it's more Mexican food there, but it's still Americanized. But when you go further down south, it's like, nah, you finna get what we eat.
Right.
You finna get exactly what we eat out the back of this truck. Give me some pesos. I'm gonna make you some tacos.
Yep.
Go on about your business.
Yeah, it's definitely different. It's different there, which I liked. And then I go back and forth to Ohio and Detroit and
I haven't been
Florida.
to Detroit.
You've been to Detroit? So here's the thing. So I like Detroit a lot, but I always feel like certain places like that are great when you're with natives, and so that's kind of the thing, because they know where to go, where not to go. Don't go on the east side.
And maybe that's why I haven't been, because I haven't been with someone.
You gotta go with, because if not, you really wouldn't know where to go. Right, you wouldn't know where to go.
Okay.
But I also think I have like I love Coney Island. They're like little restaurants that they have there, but they're like all over the city.
Okay.
And they serve they're kind of like short order diner food, I guess you could say.
Okay.
They have.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, so it's cool. So I like Detroit for that. Also, the people in Detroit are cool too, man. Like, I mean, it's a gritty city. And a lot of people that are from there and that have stayed there, like they've been through so much of that change.
Right.
Yeah. So, but there's tons of abandoned houses. I mean, blocks and blocks.
People been saying for years, buy black, the block.
Yeah.
Detroit.
Yeah.
And no one's done it.
Yeah. I mean, I think they've a couple of them,
for
but
about 10 years.
But there's so many abandoned homes there. I've never seen something like that in my life. When I was like,
yeah, people just packed up and left. Right?
Literally left, and nobody moved back into the house. Like, it's crazy. I mean, so it's a cool city though. I like going there. I like going to. I haven't been to Chicago. I didn't go to Chicago last year, but this year I'm supposed to go. Which I love to go to Chicago.
Is beautiful.
I mean, downtown
it has its moments, but when you know exactly where to go, stay downtown.
Yes,
they say it's so much. It shocks me.
Yeah,
how many buildings and how many people just minding their business. It's not what you see on the news.
Correct.
So they paint this horrible, bloody picture of Chicago on the news, and then you go there and it's like everyone's happy. Get you some pizza.
Right. Yeah, and have a good time. And it's a good time out there.
I love Chicago.
Yeah, it's a real good time out there.
I actually love the energy every time I go there.
Yeah, same.
And I'm shocked.
Same. Yeah.
Now my grandma lived there. She lived in the hood, and one time I stayed, and I was clutching my pearls. I looked outside the window one day. Nigga had a shotgun in his hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to Chicago.
I'm like, okay, downtown next
is
time.
where you stay. That's why I said anytime I've ever been, I stay downtown or the south suburbs. Yeah. But most of the time it's downtown, because I'm like, all the other stuff I'm good.
Yeah. It's a lot of drama.
Yeah. It's a lot of that.
So if you know exactly where to stay,
then you're good.
It's a beautiful city.
Yeah, for sure. The architecture, the history, the Science Museum is super dope. If you ever get a chance to do Sabo Museum, it's an African American museum there. It's cool. Okay. It's really cool. I love Chicago. Chicago's is a fun place.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, what are some dream trips?
The Maldives.
Mine too.
Yeah,
I haven't been there.
That's one. Yeah, Maldives.
It's so expensive to get to.
I know. Tahiti too. That was my issue with Tahiti too. It's kind of it's expensive to get over there. Those are probably my two biggest ones. In Brazil. I want to go to Brazil really bad.
I was planning that for this July. It's not gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. When I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. So I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah.
I want to do Lima, Peru, and Rio in the same trip.
Okay.
So maybe 8 to 10 days.
Okay.
Places.
That'll be cool. 4 days. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah. And then I think another one is Italy. And
Italy is everything.
You've been there. You love it.
Italy is everything.
So how is it for? Okay, so people always say, so how is it for Black women there? Because I've heard that Italian men. Okay. So that is true. Okay.
And I've heard, racist things. I've heard place is completely different. Amalfi Coast, you can go to so many different places. You can eat pasta all week and not gain a pound.
And I love that.
Yes, everything is freshly made. I love Italy.
Yeah, that's definitely it. That's my like kids grown, retired, where the plan is to try to live.
You are gonna hit some speed bumps there. You are gonna. I'm not, downplaying other people's experience, because they have had that experience, and that's, tattooed in their brain. But my perspective is just beautiful. And I have had a couple encounters, though, I'm not gonna lie, because I've been there a lot.
Okay.
So, like, we had an encounter on the train where we got cursed out in Italian. But also, I got cursed out on the train in New York.
Was he racist, or?
We're not sure.
You're not sure.
It was in Italian.
Okay. Did you hear Mooley? No.
Yeah, he was cursing us the fuck out.
Okay. Okay.
And we were just laughing because, you know what? One life to live. But we've also gotten cursed out on the train in New York. You get cursed out on the MARTA. Yeah. So, like, when you look at it from that perspective, darker skin tones get treated bad everywhere.
Yep.
So, but Italian men love us.
That's what I heard. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've heard.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah,
Italy's going back for a reason.
Right.
There's
a couple reasons. Yeah. So Italy's a big one. Spain too is a big one. And I go back and forth with Greece because I keep hearing, like, the same thing. You kind of hear like mixed reviews on how it is for us there, and so. So my thought process when I hear an opinion about something, right? So let's just use the yellow store for example. It's a store in the corner and it's yellow. We call it the yellow store. And you could say, they got robbed last week. I'm never shopping there again. It's like, but they got my favorite Sprite. Right. So you do your research on your own and you're careful. Go during the daytime, plan it out. You go get your favorite Sprite and you leave. Right. So, like, I'm not going to go off someone else's perspective because they witnessed a bad experience or whatever it is that they had going on. They had to give you some bad news so you don't go. Right. That's I've true. Heard great things. Yeah, see, Greece. It's like it's 50-50. Like, I hear people say they had an amazing time and there was no issues. And then I've heard, I think it was it Mocha Fest that was there? I think it was that. I think somebody said they went for that and they had a great time. You know what I mean? So one of my friends recently went to Greece, I believe last year, and I was logged into her story on Instagram. Just, what we doing next, friend? Right. What we doing? What we doing? And so she had a close friend, just 20 stories in her close friend about like how it was a group of tourists, and they weren't American, but they weren't from Greece. So European tourists from wherever. He's like, yo, you should get on Twitter. It's so funny and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I have one, but I've never used it. Fine. And then when I finally did, it was like it blew up. Like, and I didn't expect to. I don't even, like that's not a thing for me, like followers and this and that. Like, I can't say I don't care, but I don't. You know what I mean? That's not my thing. I always felt like if I can't monetize it, then it doesn't matter. Yeah. How many people, quote unquote, follow you, whatever. Yeah. If anything, I think the more people that follow you, you become more private because now there's so many more people that have access to you. You know what I mean, in your life. First of all, because I have a decent Instagram or whatever, and that's where I spent most of my time. Right. And I post what I want to post. I don't post what I'm actually doing. I don't post. I knew that was gonna happen. I put that up there so it can stay block the sun. Yeah. But I don't post, so that you can keep up with my every moment during the day. Right. I'm actually trying to stay as private as possible. So I'm just gonna give you a little bit here and there, or whatever. So you're right about that. Yeah. The more followers, you're like, wait a minute. Yeah. I don't want y'all in my business. Yeah, because sometimes it's even weird though, because like if you go somewhere, you travel and you're like, oh, I'm headed to such and such. It's like next thing you know, the DMs are like, really? Oh. If I said, and it's just like, oh yeah, we should. Can you give me an example of a crazy DM? Oh man, how much time do we have? No. So I get. So if I preface this by the only reason why my DMs are quote unquote open is because different opportunities like this have arisen. You know what I mean? Now, mind you, we follow each other, so it's different. But for people that I don't follow, you never know. Like somebody can say, "Hey, you want to do a podcast?" That's how the TMZ. You know, when I did those couple of stints on TMZ Live came from that. And so if you don't follow me, they wouldn't be able to, you know.
Right.
So that's the only reason why they're open. But when I tell you, I mean, all kinds of stuff comes through there. I mean, it's people asking if you sell content, people asking for,
especially on Twitter.
Yeah, like do you sell content? Can you sell me your used underwear? A lot of feet pictures.
I didn't expect that.
Oh yeah. Whoa. Yeah, it goes down in the DM. A lot of
used underwear.
Yes, and I was like, what?
Wow.
Absolutely not.
Right.
Yeah, so we get that. People who, want to, of course, and there's people who want to, take you out and this and that. Okay, fine, I get it. But, yeah, like, typically, though, it'll be, you'll go anywhere, and they're like, oh, you're in my city, or we should, and I'm like, I don't know you. You're strangers.
I might be in your city, but I'm not finna see you.
Yeah. Like, it's very, it's very rare. Like, now, if there's different, like, female followers that I think are cool, we kiki on a timeline. Cool, for sure.
It's platonic.
Right, because that's how I met, actually, one of my really good friends, Jay, from there, and I was in D.C., DC is another place I went to last year. DC, and she was...
DC is a vibe.
Oh, yeah. Man, had so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. Yeah. Oh, my gosh, it was so much fun.
It's like a bougie Atlanta.
Yeah, correct. Right? Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's giving, like, the brunches.
It's like a small bougie
Atlanta. Yeah. That's exactly what it's like. You're like, oh, okay, it's us, but it's us with,
with class.
With some class. right.
We ain't got no class down here.
It's Atlanta. We don't care.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No.
I can't
but that's how we met
that.
Oh yeah. People, you'd be surprised. How many people.
Interesting.
And they want just voluntarily. And there's volunteer people who volunteer
the thing about Twitter is, because I just went back last year for the simple fact of, like, this is a great place to promote the podcast. Let me see what I can do with this. Once I got on there, I'm like, you know what? I get a lot of news. From here. I can see a lot of people's thoughts and opinions, but I see a lot of porn.
Yes.
I see a lot of body parts.
Yes, that I did.
Some of it is intriguing, and some of it is like, you know what? I ain't asked for this.
Not at 8 a.m. I just woke up.
It's too early.
I just woke up.
I am at work.
Yeah.
I did not want to see all
Twitter,
that.
you can't even, and that's what I tell people. I said, unless you got a privacy screen, don't scroll through that Twitter feed.
I got a privacy screen because of all of my promoter friends in Atlanta that was promoting at the strip club, and I would just be at work scrolling, and it's some big booty strippers in the flame.
Right.
Like, you know what? I gotta keep scrolling because everybody not used to seeing all of this ass. But no, Twitter would show you a full sex scene.
Absolutely.
Just
at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, spread eagle. Yep. Just everything.
Absolutely. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting place. Twitter's the same thing. Like, I love the news, and now I understand how so much stuff, like, because I was an Instagram person too, so I noticed how so much stuff comes from Twitter first and then ends up on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, so we kind of get it late on Instagram.
I heard that a couple years ago, but I was like, I got too many apps. It's too much going on.
Right.
But like I said, with the business, it's like, I got to.
Right.
I got to stay on top of this. I wouldn't know anything about our next topic, which is Zion.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know anything about that had it not been for Twitter. And now it's like every moment, it's like, Mariah posted this, she posted that, she posted.
Yeah.
What her friends at?
I don't think she has them.
Okay.
But you know what, though? I feel like there's always, like, or maybe she does, right? And they've already told her. And because I feel like we all have, like, that one delusional friend, like that one, like, friend that you do too much, and you can tell them as much as you want to. Like, I have a couple that I can, that shall remain nameless. But I have a couple that you're kind of like, I could tell them all day, but they're gonna do what they want to do anyway. But she is definitely taking it over the top. Like, it was days and days and days of.
When I thought it was over, I would see you post like, okay, this is too much.
That's enough.
And it would still be going on. I'm like, okay, I thought it was over.
No.
It's still going on.
she went for, I feel like, at least 2 weeks strong until they finally suspended her account. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, I seen some celebrity posted they screenshot that they blocked her. They was like, you know what, I had enough.
It's enough. She was this close. Had that account I got suspended, I was like, okay, it's enough.
Because it shows up. So this is how Twitter works for people that don't have Twitter. You got your friends side, and then you got I think it's called For You. Mm-hmm. And For You is all of that. It's a lot of shit. It's everything. Like I said, Spread Eagle.
Right. Anything that's trending is on there. Yep.
I've seen threesomes on my For You page. I've seen a lot on my For You page.
A lot of exposing of different people on the For You page.
But it's some great things on there too.
Yeah.
So it's some great marketing tools.
Mm-hmm.
Celebrities that you know who I'm tired of seeing? Blueface and the girl.
I thought they were done for a minute too, and then
I don't follow them, but I see them.
I see them all the time. So you know what I started doing? I started muting. I think at one point I muted a couple people so I don't see their stuff.
Okay.
One of them is Nicki Minaj. I muted her name.
Okay, so what other accounts did you feel like you had to mute?
Yeah, so it was definitely Blueface and Krishan. What's her name?
I don't even know how to say her name because
something, child. Poor thing.
She hit the ground running, but then that happened, and then I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, it's rough.
Who do you think it is, though? Do you think it's him that's toxic or her or both?
I think they're both toxic.
Okay.
I think they both like it. You know, so I think I had said something today, actually, is that some people are so used to toxic and chaotic friendships and relationships that, like, when something's peaceful, they don't know how to, like, they got to start something just for there to be some type of drama. And there's people that are just like that.
I've had friends like that. It just has to be something.
Something.
Everything is always something.
Yeah. So I feel like that's kind of their thing. And then I feel like he does kind of egg her on. So, you know, he does kind of like, you know, and everybody in a relationship,
Part of me feels like they're doing it to stay relevant too, to keep getting like
some type of something, because ain't nobody checking for Blueface's music. I'm going to be very clear. He's from California. We don't even acknowledge him in Cali. We don't even, like, he's from like the Valley. We don't even, he used to be like a skateboard kid. Like, we don't even acknowledge him in California.
Okay.
Like, it's almost embarrassing.
Okay.
He's one of those ones that we don't really, I'm like, Blueface from here? Nope, he's not, as far as we're concerned.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, we don't even.
Yeah, I just think they're trying to stay a little bit relevant, but at the same time, I don't want to downplay like domestic violence.
Right.
So I don't say anything about it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very rare that I kind of, same thing. Certain subjects are kind of sensitive, so I don't say much, especially on social media, because I'm like, just in case, you know.
Yeah.
Just as quick as people can love you on social media, they will pack you up.
They will turn on you.
They will pack you up. I have seen them pack people up that they absolutely loved one day, and the next day, that was it. Is it so much that I care about being packed up? No. I mean, for my opinion, you know, but there's just some stuff that I don't touch.
So have you ever seen a situation like the Mariah Mills? Is it Mariah Mills?
Yeah. What, in real life?
The time that you've been on Twitter.
Oh, on Twitter in general.
Yeah.
You know what's so weird? So I don't really catch a lot of the, like, the super, like, viral stories that happen with regular, you know, like with everyday people, and so like I get them on the back end, and I'm like, oh, that happened. Like, I think today there was like, they were talking about some lady who was like exposing that she was about to have her old high school sweetheart or something, like they're about to have an affair, and she like posted it, and then they found him, and then found him so they could find the wife, and then show her the screenshots of the girl's text. Yes. So I just kind of caught the back end of that. So I think that's what happened. I think she posted like the screenshots that she was gonna mess around with him, and that he's married, and she didn't care that he was married. And then apparently people found the wife and sent her the message, or showed her the messages or something.
People will find you.
Oh, people will find you. People will find where you work.
I've seen people find the whole vacation boo, and I got pregnant by this guy, and can y'all help me find? They do. What they say, do what you do. Twitter. Yeah, that's basically what that mean is. Look for him. I'm learning.
Yeah, it's interesting. But you know, I tell people, even as much as like your account or whatever, I guess you'd say account grow. I don't know. It always just seems so weird. I don't, you know. But is to learn to kind of steer clear of some of that stuff. And I steer clear of people that I see that even share a lot of that super messy stuff all the time, because I'm like, I don't even want to.
Well, what I will say about your account, what I like to log on social for, and I say this all the time on the podcast, happiness, escape from life, you know. So what I see in your account is just that. It's like We're gonna post some jokes.
Yeah.
We're gonna laugh. We're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post some updates. I'm gonna talk about these trending topics, and I'll move on.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I don't take the time to go back and forth with people. I'm not, about
that's
opinions. I just, it's not worth it because the thing is I don't know you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you don't know me, and it's fine. And you can just not follow each other, or not like each other's stuff. It's fine. Like, it's not a big deal. I think that's where people get caught up on Twitter, is like spending whole days going back and forth fighting with people. And I'm like, for what? Like, I got work to do, first off, so I don't have time to do that. Like, I got a job. I can't sit there back and forth with somebody because they don't like
maybe
what I
that's
say.
what it is. Like, I have a whole life, so I'm logging on here to escape from work for a second.
For a second.
Although I would never log on social media at work.
No, none of that.
But I'm escaping from my life for a second, and I'm not sharing my actual life on social media.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yeah.
There's ways to keep it. There's ways to keep it.
A few
separate.
of y'all on Twitter that I really enjoy watching.
Okay.
Like I said, it's very small, but like mine is very small. But it's a few of y'all. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get some good vibes over here. So
yeah, that's it. I'm just here to laugh and have a good time.
I'm gonna close my eyes on the rest of these because I gotta
you
go
just
to
never
church
know.
on Sunday.
You just never know what you're gonna get with people.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up because security's watching us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course.
Hopefully you come back.
Thank you. I'll be back. Back. When you give people, beverages and libations and a good time, I'll be back for sure.
I might have some snacks next time.
Right.
Might graduate to some
right. Get some Cheez-Its or something.
Right.
Some goldfish.
No, this was good. I knew it would be good energy. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
We'll set this up again.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
Alrighty.
That was fun though.
Yeah,
I love it when it's easy to talk and without an outline. I say, you know what? I think she's gonna be really easy to talk to.
Yeah.
So I'm not even gonna come up with the outline.
Yeah, I like